everybody, Professor Little here. So the last video for this chapter is going to be about creating links in between pages. So in this example here, I'm going to show you guys how to link from your index page to other pages within your website. So you're going to see here that I have my public folder, and remember that's the root of my website, so I want to get inside that folder. Here's my index file, that's my home page on the student web server. So my objective is I want to create a link in this link page that I've coded. So how you create a link from one place to another is you first open the file that you want to code the link, and then you code the link using the anchor tag. When you're linking to a page within the site, you can use a relative path, and then if you're going to be leaving the site, you'll use an absolute path for that. So what we're going to do in this example is I'm going to create a link for this text index, and the objective of that is for that link to take us to this index home page that we first created for the student web server. So the first thing that you want to do is open the page that you want to have the link, which in my case is the file I have called linkpage.html. So it's also important for you to note that these are in the same directory, so this is going to just be a relative path. All I'm going to do is point from this location to the index location. So what I want to do is I want to start my anchor tag, and then now I'm going to introduce to you attributes. So attributes are a special rule that you're applying to a tag. So the anchor tag will actually let me make a hyperlink reference with the href attribute. So attributes always have a space. You're going to have a space after the tag, and then you're having your attribute, and then you have the equal sign and quotations to contain to the file name that you're linking. So in this case, the file name I want to link is index.html. I'm going to close my quotations, and then I'm going to close my anchor because I only want this word index to be the hyperlink itself. So I do my Control S, and I refresh my browser page, and now I have this hyperlink on my page. So when I click this, it will actually take me to the index page. Okay, so now that you have a basic understanding of links, I'm going to show you how to edit your home page for your introduction home page that you created in week 1. And the idea of this page is going to be the roadmap to get to the interior pages of your website. So you see here that I used the heading 1 tag to be able to identify the class assignments, and then I have a line of text here for Chapter 2, Exercise 2.1. So Exercise 2.1 was the file that you created that was called Hello HTML, and that was in the hands-on exercise folder for Chapter 2. So our objective here is to be able to create a link on the index homepage of the student server to go to this location. So the path that we have to follow is from the index page itself, because remember, we are putting the code on the index page itself. So we have to, when we write this link, we have to write a relative path that tells the computer the location of the file we want to link to. So we first have to tell it to go to the hands-on folder, and then go to the Chapter 2 folder, and then inside that folder find the file called hello.html. So the code to do that, this is the text that we want to actually be the link, and so we're going to go ahead and do our anchor tag, and I'm just going to kind of lay this out a little bit better so you can get a better visual. So you start your anchor tag, you use your href attribute and then your quotations to contain the file name. So here I have to write the path to get into that hands-on folder, chapter 2 subfolder, and subsequently the hello.html file. So how I would write that path would be hands-on for the folder, and then chapter 2 is the subfolder that we created. So I'll show you this illustration on the left. Here's chapter 2. And then the file I want to get to is the hello.html. So I'm just going to type hello.html and then close that path with my second quotation. So that is the whole opening of the anchor tag. And then of course I close the anchor tag. So what does this contain? It contains the text that I actually want to appear as the hyperlink in my browser window. So when I save this and I refresh, now I have this link that will take me directly to exercise 2.1. So that is a relative path. Now absolute paths work very similarly, except in this URL section where you're pointing to the roadmap for the URL location, you include the whole protocol and everything. So say for instance I wanted to be able to code a link to Google. So I always like copying and pasting my URLs when I can, because that eliminates errors in my typing. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Control-C to copy that URL. And now I'm going to just create some text here, and I'm going to put a break so this is on a separate line. And now I'm going to just type Google. So once again, this is the text that I want to be the link, so I have to contain that Google text within the anchor link to that website. So once again, to break this out, you're just going to do your anchor tag with your href, and then your equal sign and quotation, and then you can just paste the URL and close that URL in quotations. That's super important. If you forget this closing quotation, your links will not work. Now another attribute that you have the option of using is called the target attribute. And whenever you're leaving a website, you should always target a blank window, because that is going to keep the user on your website, and when you're leaving your website you're opening a new window, so they aren't going to lose the location of your website. So now I'm going to go ahead and close that anchor tag, do my Control-S to save, and refresh my browser, and now I have this link to Google. So by me adding this attribute target equals underscore blank in quotations, and remember that your attributes, you have your attribute and then your equal sign, and then whatever follows equals you always put in quotations no matter what that is. So once I have this properly coded and I've refreshed my browser, when I click on that link, it's going to go ahead and open up a new tab or a new window, and that's really going to be all about what browser am I facilitating that in. Am I going to get a new tab or a new window? Okay, so I hope that clarifies things for linking, and even though I didn't state in the assignments, it is good for you guys to go ahead and start coding your roadmap to your assignments on your index homepage that you created for the hands-on case study project number 1. Okay, so let me know if you guys have any questions, and have a great week.